Hello everybody and welcome to my first impression video on Railway Empire. So this is a game I really want to try out since I very much like the genre. And what I'm gonna do is I'll be taking a look at the campaign and maybe a little bit on the free mode. So let's start with the campaign mode. Chapter 1, Great Plains. The first chapter takes you to the construction sites of the Union Pacific Railroad, which was started in 1863. Tracks were built westwards to establish the first transcontinental line. While you are conquering the vastness of the Great Plains and the heights of the Rocky Mountains with your tracks, you will learn about the basics of Railway Empire. So it seems like we have a little overview over cities that we will encounter. Pause mode, what can we change here? The game pauses automatically when building track signals and buildings, and then bulldozer mode. Okay, so that seems alright. Let's leave it like that and just continue. Okay, so we can select a character here, but maybe we can't because it seems like this is the only one we have available.
Everything up and dedicating my life to poetry.
Alright. No, thanks, I'm good. So, let's just go ahead and change my little name here. Railroad Company, can't rename that, but that's okay.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's go, I know. Yeah, let's go. Alright, so here we are in the game. We had a little cutscene that I did skip. Because I want to show you more gameplay and less of the overall cutscene stuff. So let's go ahead. We need to build a station in Norfolk. So I'm guessing we just start with a small train station. Let's see. I guess we can just put it right here and that should do the job.
Very good. Now the two stations need to be connected with tracks. To do this, switch to track construction mode. Now plan the tracks between the stations in Norfolk and Omaha. To do this, select the two station tracks one after the other. Then pay for your track planning.
Can do that kind of piece by piece here, but what we can also do is just select the other station here and we have a connection straight to that one. And it seems like we can add some track points in between, so we can modify the track right at this position. But we don't need to do that, so let's just buy this piece of track.
Now create your first train, so that you can set up a rail line between your stations.
Okay, so as you see here we have some little cinematic things where we can see how to build stations and how to lay tracks, I'm guessing. So if you need some help,
exists on paper. It's not much use to you without a locomotive.
you can use those cutscenes. Alright, so let's create a train. Only have one locomotive available, so let's choose that one. Buy it. And seems like he wants us to close this.
Additionally, each train needs a rail line that passes through all the stations it should stop at.
Alright, so
now join your two stations to the rail line by selecting them one after the other.
okay, so let's select Omaha and
That's
Norfolk.
enough for your first rail line. Now confirm it so it becomes active.
Loading. Okay, so we can select some stuff here. Either we want passengers and mail only or freight only, or we can just have an automatic selection for us. So let's save this.
Very good. Now you can see the journey your train will take. If there is something to transport, the train will automatically take it.
So here's our little train. It automatically added some carriages. And we are carrying a bunch of meat.
However, as each locomotive needs water, sand and lubricant on its journey, you have to place a supply tower along the route.
Alright. A supply tower. Seems like he wants us to build it right here. So let's find these buildings. There's a supply tower. Let's select that and put one right here.
Very good. Your train is now traveling between Omaha and Norfolk. But you can do even more. Each city needs goods from the surrounding area. For example, every city needs corn. Look, there is a corn farm near Omaha. Until now, the corn has made it to the city in the conventional way, but we want to change that. Now construct a rural train station in the marked location with a corn farm within its radius.
Alright, so let's create another small station. Let's rotate it around so it faces the direction we need it. And let's just put it down here.
Now connect the new rural train station to the station in Omaha.
Alright, so we select the station again and the other station, and we have our track. Let's pay that.
And now things are getting tricky as we have to deal with the logistical problem. As Norfolk should also enjoy fresh corn, there will soon be 2 trains traveling on the stretch of track between Omaha and Norfolk. Of course, this will then result in a conflict.
Alright.
Since trains cannot travel through each other, you'll need a side track between Omaha and Norfolk. This consists of 1 parallel track and 2 signals. First, create a side track. It needs to be at least long enough for a fully loaded train.
Alright, so let's see how intersections work here. So we can put one in here, seems fair enough. And then we can just move along here and connect back to the main line. Let's purchase this.
However, your trains won't necessarily use the sidetrack as they generally always take the shortest route. For this reason, you'll also have to specify the direction of travel on each parallel track.
Fair enough.
Now open building construction mode and set up a signal in the highlighted area pointing in the direction of the switch. Trains will then be able to stop here when the single track is in use.
Okay, so let's put the first signal down here. And then we need one on the other track, facing the other way. So let's see how we rotate that. Alright, just pressing shift and the mouse wheel. And let's put it down here.
Now make sure that the track can only be traveled in one direction. For this purpose, set the signal so that trains coming from the opposite direction cannot pass.
Alright. So we can change the signal direction by clicking on the signal, it seems. Well, that's already the right way, I do think. Alright. So as I said, we can use the shift button and click the signal to block entry from the other side.
The same on the parallel track so that each parallel track has a different direction. Place a second signal in the highlighted area and block the track to trains coming from the opposite direction.
Yeah, we already got that.
Very good. I'm sure that it wasn't at all easy. You will soon come to realize that signals are an important aid in guaranteeing smooth rail operations. You will find more information and tips under Hints and Tips. Now assemble a new train and give it a locomotive and a rail line. Your new rail line should run via Omaha to Norfolk so that the people of Norfolk can be supplied with corn.
Okay, so I purchased a train. Let's see. So the first station is at the farm, of course. Then we travel through Omaha. So that means we do not select this station, or do we? Maybe we do. Let's just select it. And then move to Norfolk. And back again. So it seems like that's the way we're supposed to do it. Let's save that and
Excellent.
see.
The corn farm will automatically make use of your train because the cities along your rail line are demanding corn. Conventional transportation is much more costly for the farm. We're still missing something. Locomotives wear out over time and need to be regularly maintained so they can perform their duties more reliably. For this purpose, there needs to be at least one maintenance building on each rail line where locomotives can be serviced if necessary.
Okay.
Construct such a maintenance building at your station in Omaha now. To do this, select the station itself and expand the station with this building.
Alright, so after we select the station, we can modify it and add a maintenance building. That costs us $80,000, but we do have enough. So let's just put it down here.
We've been lollygagging for long enough. I need to return to Washington for further miserable negotiations with our representatives of the people. I've written a task list for you. Take a look at it and complete the tasks within the given time period. Do not disappoint me.
Okay, so let's see what our tasks are. So we have some optional tasks, and seems like those two up here are our main tasks, and maybe those two. Great Plains with Rocky Mountains. We'll have to see where that is. First of all, conquer the Great Plains by rail starting from Omaha. So we need to connect Omaha and North Platte, or Platte, I don't really know how this is pronounced. And we need to connect Omaha and Cheyenne. So let's take a look where those stations, or rather cities, are. Okay, so here's the first one that we need to connect. So let's just put down the small station here. Rotate it so it faces the right way. Okay. And let's put down some rails. So, the question is, should we go through Norfolk again? Or should we just directly connect it to Omaha? Let's maybe connect it directly to Omaha, since we already have some traffic on that line and we don't need any more of that right now. So let's see, how do we do that? First of all, let's connect it so that we have a parallel line going here. And what I'm guessing is seems like we can't build that right now. Alright. So now we can build that rail line.
Good. That's finished. You are making progress.
That counted as a connection? Okay, interesting. So let's see. Maybe we can... so here we can expand the station to add another track. Let's do that. And connect the track here. And now we have a connection. Build city stations in the center to attract as many passengers as possible. Okay, so maybe we should have done that instead of putting it right at the corner here. But, well, that's okay for now. Let's purchase another locomotive. And then set up the line. So we go from here to Omaha. And we confirm that, and now we have our train going here. Not much of a load here, only some passengers and mail, but maybe we'll make a profit anyways. So next up, let's find our next destination, that is Cheyenne. Let's see where that is. Right over here. Okay, so let's first of all build another station, and this time we put it right in the center as the guy told us. Completely change the layout of the city. Easy enough. So let's connect it to where we've just been. Let's move down here. and avoid this little plateau. And connect this. Now let's purchase the rail.
Those politicians in Washington get on one's nerves. But now let's get back to your tasks. As you can see, Cheyenne is still a little town hoping for an upswing caused by the railroad connection, but a city will only attract new inhabitants if it is supplied with enough goods. Cities receive basic goods from the surrounding area. If you construct stations in the right places and establish rail lines, your trains will be used to transport goods and you will make profits for transportation. But for this, you have to know what goods a city actually needs. You can find out any city's current needs. Now select Cheyenne and view the city's demand for goods.
Okay, so in the meantime I have modified the line of the locomotive that we just purchased so that it is heading from Cheyenne to Omaha, stopping in between. Let's confirm that. And let's see what Cheyenne needs. Here for export, express goods information.
As you can see, Cheyenne currently needs only a handful of goods, and you can only deliver goods that are in demand. As the city grows, it will demand further goods. At the moment, you can supply grain and wood. Both of these goods are available to the north of Cheyenne.
Okay, so here we can see the weekly demand of Cheyenne. Seems like they don't really need much wood and corn, only 0.3 units. However much that is, I'm guessing less than a full car.
Connect Cheyenne to a timber business and a wheat farm and establish a new rail line that connects them both to Cheyenne.
Okay, so we have a wheat farm right here and a wood chopping thing. Let's add another station. Maybe we can... Okay, so if we select a large train station, we can actually connect the wood and the grain, which would make it quite a lot easier. So now that we have this connection, let us close this, and just to make things easier, let's go ahead and expand the Cheyenne station. So now that we've connected the second track to the line that we've just constructed, let us modify this piece of track by demolishing it. And let's connect the other track of the station to the station up here. Let's purchase this. And we're gonna need a new locomotive. Alright, let's purchase another locomotive. There's also some sort of train personnel that we can maybe hire. They probably give us some bonus stats, but that's not part of the tutorial yet, so let's just leave that for now. And let's set up the line for our new locomotive, going from Cheyenne over here to the rural station. And now we should be able to deliver the wood and grain through the city. So let's save that.
Well done. The city will soon grow. You can see how well it is being supplied at any time in the city dialogue. Basically, a city will grow once its demands are sufficiently met. I think you have learned enough. Complete the rest of your tasks.
Alrighty, so now that we've connected this, let us take a look at our tasks again. So these are the optional tasks, so let's just ignore these for now. And our next task is to connect the Great Plains with the Rocky Mountains. We can do that. Okay, so the first subtask here is to reach a population of 30,000 in Cheyenne, which should be completed soon, since we just connected some goods to Cheyenne. And another task is to connect Omaha and Rock Springs. So let us take a look and find Rock Springs. Okay, so I found Rock Springs. It's actually next to Cheyenne. Well, kind of next to. So we could probably just connect Cheyenne to Rock Springs over here. Well, first of all, we have some problems with this train. Missing equipment. Alright, let's build a supply tower, and we will need one over here too. This should fix our little problem here. Hopefully. Okay, so next up, we need to build another station at Rock Springs. So let's put it right here. And build a little track going from all the way up here down to Cheyenne. Let's try to avoid huge inclines, because this will probably give us some problems. And let's connect it to the bottom track here. Let's confirm that.
Now you've managed to cross the Great Plains. A masterpiece.
Alrighty. So next up, maybe we can select this train and expand the route to Rock Springs. But actually I do think this train is already filled up. So what we can do instead is to just expand Cheyenne Station and add another piece of track here. And let's get rid of the first thing we built. Alright, so let's purchase another. Actually, let's first of all build a supply tower before we forget about that. And now let's build a new train. So let's click on here, purchase another locomotive, and close that. Set up the line from Cheyenne to Rock Springs. That is it. Save it. And we have our connection. Let's see what our tasks are. Transport 100 passengers from Cheyenne to Rock Springs without stopping. Okay, so good that we have purchased this additional train. It's already moving up to Rock Springs, and when it seems like we have tons of beer loaded, that's not really what we need, but I guess it can help develop Rock Springs. So, let's take another look at the tasks. Deliver 16 loads of cattle to Denver is another task that we have. So, let's look for Denver. Alright, so Denver is down here, south of Cheyenne. So let us look for some sort of ranch. And we have one over here. So let's just construct a station. And of course another one in Denver itself. Let's put it down here and connect this up. Okay, so we do need some more money before we can build the track between Denver and the ranch. So let's just leave the game running at increased speed for now. And that should be enough. So let's pay and build our track. So that is it. Let's see. We need some more money for our locomotive now. Just a little bit more. And what we also need is a supply tower. So let's build that first.
Yes, one more thing. Your company has also a research department to help you unlock new locomotives and other innovations. Open the research dialog to find out more about it. Here you will find the advances that can be achieved in the current era. Advances from previous eras are usually already active, but what the future holds, we do not know. For each advance, you require innovation points, which you get automatically each month, and which can be increased in various ways. Now take a look around here and then unlock an innovation of your choosing. How about a new locomotive?
Okay, so new locomotive. So we could either unlock this one. It's actually just 1 mile per hour faster than the current one, but it has more tractive power. And this one would be faster, has a bit less tractive power, but we can't currently unlock this one since we need to unlock 3 more innovations first. So our only option regarding locomotives right now is to unlock this one. So let's do that. Okay, so that's a new locomotive unlocked. Let's see how much this one costs.
My opponents say I'm lining my own pockets. These are, of course, hideous lies. And look at it this way. With the profits I'm making, I can invest much more. Jobs, jobs, jobs.
Okay, so it's quite a lot more expensive than the current locomotive. And because we just created a tiny little railway between a ranch and the city, we will just continue using the same locomotive we already have used. So let's confirm this line. And we have our train moving. So this is another task that we will complete. And the next one would be 16 loads of meat to Cheyenne. So Denver does conveniently export meat. So what we'll do is we add another track here at the station. So this is the next track that we are going to build. First of all, we will need some more money though. So let's increase the game speed again and wait for it.
I have to wrangle with a lot of competitors, but if one person really gets on my nerves, then it's that Beatrix von Pomp. What? You haven't encountered her yet? Be glad. She takes everyone to the cleaners.
Alright, so we now have enough money to purchase this piece of track. Let's go ahead and do that. And now let's wait for a bit more money until we can buy another locomotive. And of course, before I forget, we need a supply tower here as well.
Excellent. Cheyenne is becoming a major railroad hub, and the credit is all ours.
So that's another task complete. We reached a population of 30,000.
Well done. The citizens of Denver are impressed by the railroad.
And now we already have enough money to buy a new locomotive. So let's just go ahead and purchase another one of the Philadelphia locomotives. Let's set up the line, going from Cheyenne to Denver.
Do you know that many people call the vast stretch of land between the Mississippi and California the Great American Desert? Those fools. Once my railroad has opened everything up, the value of these lands will go through the roof.
Alright, if you say so. So, looks like we have a little thunderstorm going here. I'm intrigued to know if this does any harm to our trains. I guess we will find out sooner or later. Let's take a look at our train list. Another issue here. Slowed due to missing equipment. So it seems like we should build another
Cheyenne will flourish
supply station.
thanks to you. And for each mile of track that we lay, we receive 10 square miles of land. The politicians have no idea of the value of the assets they're giving away, but that stays between us.
Alright, so over here we also have a button engine shed, where we can take a look at our currently unlocked locomotives. Well, that's only 2 for now, but that's okay. So let's see, we have some more research points, or rather innovation points. Let's see, maybe we can buy something. What is this? Reduces the purchase price of new locomotives by 30%. We won't really need that right now, since we are already pretty much done with the mission. Express trains increases the number of passengers in every city where a company has a station by 8%. Well, we could do that to increase our passenger loads. So let's go ahead and unlock that. So it's this one, caboose. Allows the use of the caboose on trains and thereby increasing the bonuses for all employees by 20%. Could be useful, not sure how to use this yet. Let's just unlock it for the sake of it. And now we can even unlock another locomotive, so let's do that. So, alright, that's it for the research points. Let's have a look at our tasks. Transport 100 passengers from Cheyenne to Rock Springs without stopping. So this task may take a while, but since we've already got the connection and the trains are running, I'll just leave the game running until we finish the task. I think this is a good time to stop with the campaign for now. I will go ahead and save this. Okay, so let's quit the campaign mode and move on to free mode.